Have you ever tried to go into another dimension? After this video, you may find out how to. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. I'm your host Emily, and today we're counting down our list of the top 10 unsettling real portals to scary parallel universes found in history. Coming in at number 10 is the cosmic ray. In 2020, it was announced that a group of NASA scientists working on an experiment in Antarctica had detected evidence of a parallel universe where the rules of physics are the opposite of our own, according to a report. A cosmic ray detection experiment has found particles that could be from a parallel realm that was also born in the Big Bang. The experts used a giant balloon to carry NASA's Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna, or ANITA, high above Antarctica, where the frigid dry air provided the perfect environment with little to no radio noise to distort its findings. A constant wind of high energy particles constantly arrives on Earth from outer space. Low energy subatomic neutrinos with a mass close to zero can pass completely through Earth, but higher energy objects are stopped by the solid matter of our planet. This means the high energy particles can only be detected coming down from space, but the team's ANITA detected heavier particles which come up out of the Earth. Now the finding implies that these particles are actually traveling backwards in time, suggesting evidence of a parallel universe. Now, is there an actual portal here where you can just jump through? No, not really, but it's still pretty cool. Number 9. The Hadron Collider. The Large Hadron Collider, LHC, is the world's largest and highest energy particle collider. It was built by the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, between 1998 and 2008 in collaboration with over 10,000 scientists and hundreds of universities and laboratories across more than 100 countries. Between 2013 and 2015, the LHC was shut down and upgraded, and at the end of 2018 it was shut down for maintenance and further upgrades, reopening over 3 years later in April 2022. Now that it's up and running, it's breaking records for the highest energy particle collisions ever performed. The teams involved are searching for more information on the so-called God particle, the Higgs boson, and signs of dark matter. And this machine could test for other dimensions. Now, how could they test for extra dimensions? Well, one option would be to find evidence of particles that can exist only if extra dimensions are real. Theories that suggest extra dimensions predict that, in the same way atoms have low energy ground state and excited high energy states, there would be heavier versions of standard particles in other dimensions. Now, these heavier versions of particles, called Kaluza-Klein states, would have exactly the same properties as standard particles and so be visible to our detectors, but with a greater mass. Now, such heavy particles can only be revealed at the high energies reached by the LHC, so we could potentially find out if there are indeed other dimensions. Number 8. The Houska Castle. The Houska Castle is located in the forests of North Prague and is one of the most haunted places in the world. According to legend, on this exact spot, there was a huge hole in the ground that was considered to be the gateway to hell. Paranormal activities were disturbing the region, and the Bohemians thought they could solve the problems if they covered the hole, and that's why they built the castle. This gateway to hell was allegedly so deep that no one could see the bottom of it. Animal-human hybrids were reported to have crawled out of it, and dark-winged otherworldly creatures flew in its vicinity. Legend has it that when construction began in the castle, all of the prisoners that were sentenced to death were often pardoned if they consented to be lowered by rope into the hole and report back on what they saw. When the first person was lowered, he began screaming after a few seconds, and when pulled back to the surface, he looked as if he had aged 30 years. He had grown wrinkles and his hair had turned white, and he babbled incoherently about half-human creatures who flap through the darkness with grotesque wings. Today, witnesses report several different forms of paranormal activities, and some even claim that the site contains remains of demonic beasts who escaped the pit. It seems like they may not have closed the portal all the way, but this is one place I would not want to visit. Number 7. Mount Shasta. There's a well-known legend that says that somewhere deep beneath Northern California's 14,179-foot tall Mount Shasta is a complex of tunnels and a hidden city called Telos, the ancient city of light for the Lemurians. They were the residents of the mythical lost continent of Lemura, which met its demise under the waves of the Pacific thousands of years ago. Lemurians believed to have survived the catastrophe and are said to have settled in Telos, and over the years their offspring have been sporadically reported wandering around the the area, 7 feet tall with long flowy hair, often clad in sandals and white robes. Lemurians aren't the only unusual figures said to inhabit this place though. Mount Shasta is believed to be a home base for the lizard people too, reptilian humanoids that also reside underground. The mountain is a hotspot of UFO sightings, and one of the most recent of which occurred in February 2020. So with all of that, how are they coming into Earth? A portal, of course. Number 6. Skinwalker Ranch. You may have seen a TV ad for the show The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, and let me tell you, this place has an extreme presence of paranormal activity. The inhabitants of Skinwalker Ranch may have reported slightly different stories over the years, but they have a few things in common. Since the 1950s, there have been hundreds of reports of UFOs and unexplained phenomena in the Uinta Basin, and not just at Skinwalker. Neighbors of the ranch report seeing various types of bright lights in the sky, often appearing as a shape that looks like a doorway or portal. Others report giant flying objects, cattle mutilations are common too, and some neighbors have reported seeing cows that appear to have been struck by lightning with no sign of scorched earth to be found. One group shared a story of trying to spot a UFO one night, only to return to find that their car had been moved without a trace of tire tracks in the desert sand. And obviously there have been sightings of skinwalkers there. Now, where are all these creatures coming from? A secret portal? I think so. Number 5. Hoia Baciu Forest. This forest is located in Romania and it just looks creepy. It's filled with crooked trees contorted into strange shapes. Now it's known as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania, and I feel like that tells you a lot. The ancient Hoia Baciu Forest is named after a shepherd who disappeared into the woods along with his 200 sheep over a century ago. They were never seen again. But there are more recent disappearances as well, and there has been no evidence to where these people went, just that they went poof. Now, there have also been many reports of UFO sightings, ghost encounters, and unexplainable illnesses. There are many legends and stories about this forest, but perhaps the creepiest being about a young girl who disappeared, only to emerge 5 years later with no recollection of what happened. How something like that could happen, I have no idea, but that truly scares me. You will never find me strolling around this forest ever. Number 4. Black holes. In the vast expanse of space, black holes are objects with an incredibly strong gravitational pull that not even light can escape from. They are formed when massive stars collapse under their own gravity. Black holes, despite their mysterious nature, play a crucial role in shaping the cosmos. Their immense gravitational influence affects the fabric of space-time itself, warping it in ways that scientists are still trying to comprehend. As black holes possess immense gravitational pull, they provide the necessary conditions for the existence of wormholes, shortcuts through space-time that could connect two distant points or even two separate universes. While traversing these wormholes remains purely theoretical and highly speculative, the possibility of black holes acting as doorways to other universes unveils an extraordinary realm of possibilities. Now, does anyone want to volunteer with me and see if this does work? I want to know. Number 3. Dreams. What happens when we dream? Where do we go? Some believe it's a spiritual realm where we can jump to unknown universes and timelines. It's been a big discussion on TikTok right now where women are talking about how in dreams they've had a baby and family, and when they wake up it's all gone, but it felt so real and they long for their family back. Well, their dream family back. I think this was them in a different dimension and them being ripped back into ours. Have you ever heard of lucid dreaming? Well, it's said that lucid dreaming lets you access different planes of existence and that you can go to different dimensions. But be careful, because not all the dimensions are safe. Now, unfortunately, I do not know how to lucid dream, but I've heard it's pretty cool as long as you do it responsibly. Number 2. Hellam Township. In York County, Pennsylvania, there is an urban legend that entails the 7 gates of hell. These are physical gates that appear to the human eye as you pass through and discover each one. Legend has it anyone who reached the 5th gate was never seen again. It's said to be in the wooded area off Trout Run in the northwestern part of Hellam. There are many different rumors of the 7 gates of hell, including one about an asylum where people were trapped and died. The mental asylum was isolated from the rest of the public because it housed such insane patients. Then one day back in the 1800s, a fire started and consumed many of the patients. Some patients escaped but were beaten to death when found. Legend has it the gates were put up by a local search party to trap any remaining patients of the mental asylum. Now, it's said that the first gate, which is the only gate out of all 7 that could be seen during the daytime, is located in a wooded area along Trout Run Road. Now, the other 6 are said to only be visible at night. Now, is this real? I don't know, but if you find out, please let me know. And coming in at number 1 is mirrors. Mirrors Mirrors are thought to be portals to another world. Some believe this is another dimension, but those who believe in ghosts believe it is a portal to the other side. That's why in ghost hunting shows, you see the investigators freak out when there are two mirrors facing each other, because it's an easy access way for spirits to enter the physical world. Now, many cultures still hold on to their superstitions that exist concerning mirrors, ghosts, souls, and death. The act of covering your mirror overnight is something that is done in multiple cultures and across many beliefs worldwide. Personally, I believe in this. I refuse to sleep in front of a mirror. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. And who could forget the movie Us? It's a big nope from me, and the fact that anyone can make a mirror portal, I don't like the sound of that. Well, that's all for our list of the top 10 unsettling real portals to scary parallel universes found in history. Do you think any of these portals are real, and have you ever been to a parallel universe? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel while you're down there. I'm your host Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.